Hi DIYers, Sterling from Alarm Grade here, and today we're going to show you how to do a control panel swap out. We have an older Destiny panel from Apex, 14 zone panel. There are some zone expansion modules here, and he's got it connected to an older uplink GSM unit. What we're going to do is replace with a Honeywell VISTA 21 IP, which is a Honeywell 8 zone panel that has a built-in internet communicator. We're also going to add a VISTA-GSM V4G, which is a cellular snap-on card for the VISTA 21 IP that will replace the existing uplink. The uplink's a decent unit. You can get alarm signals without having a phone line, but it doesn't support some of the more advanced interactive options that the Honeywell Total Connect service provides, like the ability to arm and disarm from your smartphone or from your computer, and the ability to get instant emails and text messages from the system. So it's going to be a nice upgrade. This panel is quite old. It's got 2 keypads connected. When the door and windows are opening, the keypads do give voice enunciation, so we're going to replace those keypads with a 6160V, which is an alphanumeric programming keypad with voice enunciation. And we're also going to add a Tuxedo Touch Wi-Fi for the front door keypad. Beautiful graphic touchscreen that has a built-in Z-Wave home automation controller, so that the system will not only be a security system now, but a complete smart home automation and security system. So we've got our panel door off. We have already labeled all of our wires that are connected now. So we've got our 4 phone wires, which we've got labeled, what we're not going to use anymore because we're doing internet and GSM. We have our speaker wire, our keypad wires, our transformer, which is this plug-in transformer right here, powers the system. And then we have all of our zones labeled down these vertical zone terminals. So we know exactly what this whole mess of wires are, so that we can remove all the wires from the panel, take the panel and the board down, and then add in our new Honeywell VISTA 21 IP. So what I'm going to do now that everything's labeled is just go ahead and power everything down. You should never remove any wires when the system is powered up. So to remove power, we have a backup battery. It's a sealed lead acid 12 volt 7 amp hour battery. You've got a black and a red spade connector, which connect it to the charging circuit of the control panel. You simply wiggle these off. We've removed our backup battery, which protects when there's a power outage. And the only thing powering the system now is this plug-in transformer here. So we're gonna, oh, it's screwed in, so we're gonna remove this screw. A lot of times an installer will screw in a transformer so that it doesn't inadvertently get unplugged and kill power to the panel. So we remove this screw from the faceplate. And then now we can unplug the battery. You saw the lights that were lit up are no longer lit up. The system is powered down. And we're free to go ahead and remove all of the wires. You can see on this faceplate here that you've got some discoloration. That's because these transformers do get hot over time. We're just going to set that aside for now, along with the faceplate. So now we have our small flathead screwdriver, and we're going to go ahead with the panel powered down and remove all of our existing wires that we've already tagged. It's very important to tag the wires, because if you don't and you just start to remove wires, obviously not every board has the same screw terminals in the same positions, and once you've just got a mess of wires landed over here, it's going to be very hard to determine, you know, what's your zone, what's your power. So very important with any control panel swap out. First thing you should do is label every wire. Typically your panel that you're removing the wires from will have each terminal screw labeled, so to give you an idea of what every wire is. Okay, we got our telco wires removed, 4 phone wires. Now we're going to do our keypads. The Destiny panel uses a 4-wire connection for the keypads, whereas a Honeywell system will use a 4-wire connection. So once we start adding things back, that's where we'll deal with just using 4 of the 6 terminals or wires that are there now. But for now, since we're just removing everything, we're just taking them off. We also have our speakers connected, again, because the Destiny keypads do have that voice enunciation. That's what the other 2 extra wires are for. So these screw terminals are labeled speakers, and it's the sirens as well as the speakers for the keypad. Now we've got our keypad bus, which is our 4 wires here, similar to a Honeywell system. 2 for power and 2 for data. I'll remove all of those. Okay, now we've got our keypads and our sirens removed. These next 2 are for the AC power, or the transformer that we unplugged. Take those off. Now his uplink unit was getting power from the board as well as this auxiliary power supply. So he had some relay set up over here, which is going to be irrelevant on the VISTA. So we're just going to remove all of these wires, and they're actually not even going to get landed back onto the new board. Take that off. Pull this out. And now we have this beautiful nest of wires for the zones. Go ahead and remove all of these. Each zone is going to get two wires. This system does not have any 4-wire smoke detectors or glass break detectors or smoke detectors, so everything is just simple door and window contacts, 2-wire connections for each zone. And like I said before, this panel is broken out into 14 different zones. This is a split level or a 2-level house, upstairs, downstairs. So it's a mixture of windows and doors in the bedrooms and the front door, garage door areas. And we'll go through each of those zones as we add them back. Some of these zones are spliced in. A couple of different loops are spliced together, which is the cause of some of this nest. And we've got them tagged so we can see what's connected, and we'll go through and point out each of that as we add the new zones back to the VISTA. This control panel box is unfortunately not exactly the same size as the Honeywell panel, so we are going to have to deal with taking the entire can down along with the board to get the new can in. Obviously, if you do a like-for-like swap out, an older Honeywell to a newer Honeywell, more likely that you can use the existing board, but not the case this time. So we've now got all of our wires removed. This is just a jumper wire. So this control panel is totally not connected to anything, and we can go ahead and take it out of the wall. So the control panel box has 4 Phillips head screwdrivers in the corner. That's keeping the control panel can or metal cabinet attached to the wall. So we're just going to take our Phillips head screwdriver, remove these 4. And actually, if we just loosen them up a little bit, the way that this board has its screw holes is we can just slide it up and out. Now that we have our control panel loose and ready to come out, we just want one last wire here. It's connecting this power supply to our uplink, so we want to remove that. We're not using the uplink anymore, so this can come out. Same thing, this transformer is screwed into the wall plate so it doesn't get removed inadvertently. Simply remove the screw, unplug the transformer, and actually on the back of here we've got 2 screw terminals connecting the red and black positive and negative AC power to the uplink. We remove that, and that wire's ready to come out. We can feed it through here. And so our uplink is now completely removed from our panel. And we're going to be careful now to take this board out. We've got all these wires and they're kind of hard to see, but you've got some cutouts in the back of the panel. So we have to be careful as we pull all of this out. We want to feed the wires through the holes in the back. Just kind of going wire by wire here. Oh, we've got our RJ31X jack for the phone connection causing us a problem here, so just going to remove that as well. An RJ31X jack allows you to feed your telephone wire from your phone block into your panel, and gives you an easy way, or homeowner an easy way, to remove the security system from the panel or from the house phone line in case the system is ever causing an issue where you can't use the phone line. So if the panel's locked up, or there's some sort of communication issue that's causing an issue, a problem with using your home phone, the RJ31X allows you to just simply unhook a wire and easily allow a homeowner to get their phone line back. Obviously, with this installation, using internet and cellular communications, we do not have to worry about any phone connections. So we're just going to remove all these wires so we can get our panel box off. Now got it loose, pull this wire through and through the back. Okay. Now we've got to get all our zone wiring, and this is where it's going to get a little tricky. We do have all of our resistors wired to our zones, and we kind of don't want to damage them or have any issues there once we add it back. So we're going to do our best to crimp all of these together in a nice bundle so that we can feed it through this hole in the panel. And of course we're getting a little bunched up here. Almost got it. Okay. So our panel is now completely disconnected off the wall. And you can see our cutout from our original installation years ago, where our original alarm guy wired all of the wires to this location. So we are now ready to move over and start looking at what we're going to do to get our VISTA 21 IP panel ready to be installed in this location. We're going to have to move these screw holes down a little bit because our 21 IP has an antenna that's going to stick off the top. We need a little more clearance here. So we're going to have to come back and drill some new holes and get our new panel in, and we'll be back in just a moment to finish up.